So, back again. I hope everyone's been doing well and doing well regardless and performing well, especially when it comes to being forced into codependency. Now, a quick example of codependency is, and I'm talking like harmful beyond, I don't know, eating an extra bag of chips or drinking an extra bottle of Coca Cola or vaping a little bit more excessively because you are stressed, right? Because of the factual, true codependent, unconsensual codependency that I will get into now. So, first of all, this type of behavior has destroyed the trust in institutions, specifically the public health and safety people. Yeah, that we all know. It's usually three, and one that I'm giving credit to because I haven't really caught these people out much um, uh, to be incorrect. That they don't go around performing so that they get narcissistic supply, and perform so that it satisfies their um, how should I put it? Their uh, ill behavior in terms of getting a kick, in terms of getting a dopamine hit from harassing someone else. And it's very concerning that the ones that are meant to be of um, first response in terms of health, so not in terms of public safety keeping. So again, I'm being very good here to keep even their organizations' names, which they're universal, right? So they're worldwide, pretty much. So I'm being very generous here, and especially to YouTube and to the specific organizations. It doesn't take a genius to put two and two together. But the way that public trust and specifically private trust, because they've been performing in public so loud and so obnoxious that us in private in this city, we have been harassed to the brim. Like, I give all the props to the people out there that have, way less patience and so on and so forth than what I have, and abilities, capabilities, knowledge, and struggle to cope with this a lot more than what I do, and have way less means and venues of calling it out for what it is and venting out and remaining sane as it be, or at least functional and not a public hazard, because it's that ridiculous, it's that harmful, that the ones that are meant to promote public health and safety are genuinely harassing people to the point that it produces lack of public health and safety. When you do crazy making, when you harass people, you are literally poking the bear in hope to make the bear attack or something, right? Or make the bear jump off a cliff, things of this nature. So, so the question is, in that situation, are these people still public health and safety? Have they got anything to do with public health and safety? Let's say they don't have anything to do with public health and safety anymore, and they're just regulatory and revenue raising. But have they got to do anything with that still? So they're not even okay from like a mafia money collection standpoint. So they're lower than that, and when they perform in such manner, they are lower on the performance corporate scale than that. And if we are to look into it deeper, why and how would they, one, be allowed to perform in such manner, and two, perform in such manner? So you have two components. You have the chief executives. They have various names depending on what organization, chiefs, so on. So they have to be incorrect. If we are to look at it from a psychological standpoint, they have to have some form of cluster B personality traits and disorders. And then the people that perform on it, because at the end of the day, it's not military. They're not going to get charged with treason and then executed if they don't perform on that. They just get fired at the end of the day. I would take that any day. I would take that any day than knowing that I'm harassing my city and harassing my neighborhood. I would love to catch him out right now in the live stream. It would be absolutely great. Absolutely great. It would be. I hope that got recorded. So what you've just experienced there, then also, so that we have the more corporate side, and then just as much there is what I presume is the other side of it's still part of corporate and organization, but they recruit private individuals. And I think I've caught them out. All of them having such a sick dynamic that it's almost like the people that they're trying to correct or to influence or whatever they want to call it are nothing but a bait between the runaway communication systems that they've shared with too many people. So if you are to share your IPs, if you are to share your IMEIs out of your phone, with just in a public space, well, you can expect all manner of stuff to happen. Literally, that phone becomes a bait, or it becomes the subject for a whole bunch of cluster B personality disordered people to fight over it, who to dominate it and influence it the most. And that perpetuates, so instead of those people genuinely being put into therapy, and if not generally going and doing their own duty of care for themselves, such as I do, then they are constantly rising and rising and rising. Say here you got malignant narcissism, they boom, 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 get up to that level. Then since they still have narcissistic supply and still allowed to harass people in such a way, then they boom, 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 go up to psychopathy, and then boom, 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 to sociopathy, or maybe it's actually sociopathy and then psychopathy. I'm not too sure. Maybe both. Maybe it's the triad, right? Narcissistic personality disorder, psychopathy personality disorder, and sociopathy personality disorder. And this is what makes up these people. And the gaslighting is that they will try and put all the traits that they suffer from onto me. They will try to mirror that. They will try to poke the bear until I perform on that, so on and so forth. They destroy property, they steal property, they corrupt relationships, destroy relationships. And that's where it's at. So we is the public safety. There it is. We is the public safety. That's the question. Because by this stage, because of the technology, so on and so forth, if they genuinely wanted to get people to have better mental health rather than make them worse off, they could literally perform in such a way that they're almost like ghosts, right? That's what they could do. They could perform all the public health and safety work that needs to be done almost without turning the noise harassment on ever. That's just a pure simple fact of the matter. And then since they're employing the so-called private community and stuff, well, they could throw a few proper agents in there and perform even further, like I'm saying, like a ghost, and get people to be sane, get the city to be as lawful as possible. Hey, it's not always going to be 100% legal, right? But at least people won't trespass on each other. So on and so forth. Now, isn't that public safety? You know, peacekeeping officers. Where is the peacekeeping officers? And then if it's in private, where are the peacekeeping men and women? Well, I guess I am one. I don't know if there's anyone else in this city or around these ways. But I, for one, am one. You know, I go right out of my way to at least inform people of what keeping the peace is, of what looking after yourself is, of what mental health is, and what ill mental health is. And I've witnessed both in this area here that is more urban, as well as at the start of the year, just outside of the main city, where they, as a matter of fact, I have reason to believe I've witnessed more cluster B personality traits and disorders where there were less people, so more per capita, if you like. And it's very concerning. It's very concerning. And I've witnessed the rise of these behaviors over time significantly. So if there were maybe 15% of the population, now it's somewhere very close to 50%, if not more. So I'm presuming at some point they will cross over and then maybe go together in terms of the codependency and narcissism. So at some point there will be next to no more codependents, no more submissive people, and everyone's going to turn narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic, and that's when you're going to have the break of society, you know, the collapse of society, if it's going to go that way. If people don't start caring about their mental health on an individual level and not wait for all manner of other people, family members, so on and so forth, to take them by the hand and show them some videos. Or take them by the hand and take them into some counselor's office. Like that's what's going to happen, because they're getting more and more radical. They're focusing more and more on getting narcissistic supply, bullying and creating harmful entertainment, because that's what I call it, especially with the videos. You can see it on the internet. Luckily, I haven't witnessed that too much. But how if someone is having a fight, or if the police are arresting someone, or whatever it is, boom, out they are with their phones and ha 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 ha, yay! As if someone is, I don't know, building a house, or delivering a baby, or fixing a vehicle, or like genuinely some good performance, and then you go, oh, ha ha, great, So this is how you know that they're insane. And a lot of the times, I guess some of this personality, how should we call it? Just, narcissistic traits. They're okay in high school when everyone's a teenager and they're literally exploring life and pushing the boundaries and stuff. And then you're meant to mature up when you turn, I don't know, 16, 17, 18. These people, they're in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s. I've seen people in their 80s and shit, man. Excuse my language. They get shits and giggles out of that, And if it keeps being allowed, if they get a laugh out of making someone cry, then after a few months of getting that sort of narcissistic supply, next they're going to need to see people bruised. After a few months of that, next they're going to need to see, drip, drip, drip. Then next, after a more few months, they're going to need to see wipe out. This is horrible. This is horrible. How is this related and connected to peacekeeping? I'm going to leave it there. And how much worse is it around the planet? How much worse is it in America? How much worse is it in France, in Germany, in London? How much worse is it? Genuine. Here, at the end of the day, is for most part with the harmful entertainment for now. And for most part with noise harassment and bad jokes, basically, for now. Well, of course, with exceptions, and there's people that get really genuinely harmed and all of that. But I presume nowhere near enough as it is in other places. But it's still bad enough, and this is the time to call it out before it turns the way it is over there. Because I have reason to believe that when it does turn like that over here, it'll be a quick and real bad turn. Because over in Europe and places like that, they have been dealing and keeping track and management of these types of ill behaviors for a very long time. Around here, it hasn't been like that. They're not prepared for that sort of stuff. All the best. Have a good night, and we'll catch up soon.